Hello, I'm Doug and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And here we are at day 5 of my blind tasting my way through the Scotch Whisky Advent Calendar. So this is an older edition. It's edition number 2 from back in 2015, 2016, something like that. Yeah, this came from Secret Spirits and I'll put a link down below so you can get one too. They have quite a few of these left. They should be available. But this is quite large and unwieldy for my tiny little set. But I'm looking for the whole labeled 5, which I just found the other day. There we go. But tasting blind requires me to pull out the bottle and pour it without seeing anything. So there, it's in my hand. Pushing this thing back. And the bottles are 50 milliliters. There. And I'm only going to pour out 25. And I'm putting that away. The little lens shroud, the lens hood. I'll get the cap back on before I forget. Because the other half of the sample is going to somebody else. There. That's put away, that's put away. And this is a nice light color. Oh ho ho. I smell a little something smoky. There's a maltiness to it and a sweetness. And definitely peat. So I'll work on the nose for a little while. I'm just going through this blind to test myself, see if I've picked up any new abilities in the last year. So this has definitely got peat. Not real strong in the nose, but it's pretty clear. It's malty. There's a sweetness to it. Not sure there's any marine notes that I'm picking up. It is nice and friendly and sweet underneath the peat, which is not strong or offensive. Could have some fruity characteristics. Might be picking up a little vanilla. It could be a standard, delicious Speyside or Highland with that kind of Speyside characteristic or profile. The best of the Speysides might be like this, but there's this layer of peat over the top of it all, obscuring the view or the smell a little bit. So I like that. That's a great nose. It makes me think it's going to be delicious. Makes me think it's going to be heavily peated, just a modest amount. But my nose fools me a lot. So I don't think I'm going to get anything new from the nose. So let's go on in and taste it. Day 5. Wow, I'm thinking this is like 50% ABV, which I did not get it from the nose. The peat level is very modest. It's like a Highland peat. I don't think it's Ila. It's a little hot or peppery at the end. I don't know if that's ABV or some barrel spice or European oak or something like that. Let me see what else I can find here. Finish goes on. I didn't get a whole bunch of vanilla or fruit on the palate. That's very pleasant. As the finish is dying out, there's a minty, menthol whoosh type sensation. It's salty. and maybe marine. It's not real strong in the marine department. I think there's a saltiness to it. It's lightly peated. It's very modest. The peppery finish, maybe even lemony, citrusy, zesty, gingery finish. Lots of raspy things running the other way against my taste buds. Interesting, very spicy. I'm getting a little lemon on the nose. A little citrusy, ambiguous citrus. Could be lemon, could be orange. Now it's filling up my whole nasal cavity and oral cavity. It's much fuller. There's a hint of something sour. Now it's more fully developed as a citrus thing. Interesting. I like this. It's an odd combination that I haven't had before. And my estimate on the ABV has fallen down to 46. Maybe even lower than that, maybe 43. But it is a beautiful mixture of fruitiness, which is mostly citrus, a little peat, and a spicy finish. There's a little bit of maltiness there. Wow. The other flavors are stronger than the malt, leading me to think it's older and 46 ABV or so, 45, something like that. Wow, there's just a punch of sweetness through the mid-development and on to the finish that didn't really pick up before. So, wow, this is good. It's got lots of things going on. It's not real high ABV, it's not real high peat level, but interesting, great combination. Everything works well together. I'm liking it, but I have no way to guess the distillery. If I had to guess, I would say something like Craig Ellachie. Maybe. No. It's got some characteristics of a younger Pulteney, but I don't think it's that salty. A younger Oban might be an interesting suggestion. So this is delicious. I'm liking it a lot. I might hunt it down after the whole calendar thing is over and see if I can get more. It's one of the things I liked about the older edition of this Secret Spirits Advent Calendar, is that they were plucked out of circulation 5 or 6 years ago. Maybe a little bit before some of the rush that we're having now. And it's a mad rush right now. So I was hoping there'd be some more interesting and odd casts and good things to pull from. And this is excellent. The peat character seems to be growing. The peppery finish isn't quite as strong as the first few sips. So this is delicious. I don't know what to say for a distillery other than the things I suggested already. And I think I'm going to be surprised when I look at this. Here we go. Oh my gosh. 80 Rattray, 2006 Caol Ila 9-year, cast type bourbon hogshead, 56.7. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I love Caol Ila. I got the fruitiness. I got the marine notes, some saltiness from the spirit. So this is an Islay distillery for Diageo. And I have quite a few Caol Ilas, peated and unpeated, and they're delicious. The 12 years fairly strong. This is interesting that the peat is so mild on this. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it had a lot of Caol Ila characteristics, but the peat was so modest and moderate and not ashy like so many Ilas. It didn't, I didn't think of guessing Caol Ila, but the other characteristics are there. Wow, that's great. And the cask strength, oh, it's beautiful. I like it. So I've got something like this, and I'm going to get some more. Okay, well, that was interesting. And delicious. And my friend is going to be thrilled with that. So we're going to be doing this every day in December up through the 25th. So I'm really celebrating Christmas, the advent of the Savior into the world. And I'm enjoying this little step through of this whiskey advent calendar. So I'm learning more about Scotch whiskey and learning more about myself and my taste profile. So if you like all the content that you've been seeing here on this channel, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment, leave a question, leave your comments about any odd single barrels of Caol Ila that you've tried. And subscribe to the channel and click that bell to get notified when the new videos come out, usually on Mondays, but here in December, every day through Christmas. So this is delicious, and I could just smell the glass for 5 minutes after this ends, so cheers.